Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. I, of course, am here with your daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, broadcasting to you live on Facebook and on YouTube. Hope all is well in your world. If you're here live, say good morning. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to just put hashtag replay in the comments. Just a little thing. Also, don't be afraid to answer the questions of the day or anything else that we talk about. I do go back and read the comments through the day as the day goes on. So if you do like what you see here, go ahead and smash that like button, tag an fellow friend, share the post in a group. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to give it that thumbs up button thing and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you'd like to be reminded that I am going live and you don't want to depend on the platforms to let you know, you can always just guess that I'm on at 9:30 a.m. or you can also sign up for our text reminder. It's absolutely free, and if you get tired of getting it, you can just unsubscribe at any time. It's hmmr.io/reminder. If you would like to sign up for that. Also, you can sign up for our daily lock advice at www.ratelockadvice.com. You can get our text alerts www.ratetextalerts.com as well. So let's get back to what we got going here. Let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks. Who do we got here this morning? How y'all doing? We got Glenn Boussard. Good morning, sir. Great to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I'm a little jealous of your Arizona weather this morning. I'm chilly. Just coming back from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, snowmobile trip. Man, they had feet of snow. It was great. It was definitely a wonderful time. Had an awesome time. James Mahan, good morning, sir. Happy Monday on a Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. These always throw me off. I can't tell you how many times I've actually written Monday on the lives, and it's actually Tuesday. Angela Walters, good morning. Tim Klyla, good to see you, sir. Mike Brown, good morning. Ron Siegel. Ron Siegel says today is National Drink Wine Day. Y'all can have it. I don't like wine. Let me know in the comments if you're a wine drinker. Ron, I know you're a wine drinker, a California guy. You've mentioned it before. Me, I just spoiled grape juice. Totally wasted on me. I like ciders and Tito's. I'm otherwise not a wine guy. Not my thing, chicken wing. But let me know in the comments if you guys like wine. Mike Morano, good morning, sir. Ron, you're too shy to comment here. Yeah, right. Monica Dinkins, good morning. Megan Limber, great to see you. Candido Diaz, hello, sir. Mike Brown, yeah, 4 degrees and snowing in Kansas City. It's 31 here. Yeah, no snow. You can have Kansas City, man. Good morning, Jay. Good to see you. And sober till July 1st. Well, congrats to you, and good luck with that, and continue with that. I know you'll do fine. Obviously, there's a reason you're doing that. Maybe just to show yourself you can. So, Ron said every day is drink wine day. Good morning, Julie Lawrence. Great to have you here as well. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and let's talk about what we got going on this morning. Let's get started, if you will, and we'll get into the good stuff and see where we're going. So, quick recap on what happened. It's been a long weekend, but as far as things went, rate sheets on Friday improved. We ended the week. Look at this bounce. Do you see the shape right here in mortgage-backed securities? How we went down and then came back up. Let's go ahead and click advanced charts. And let's see if I can let's zoom in on this though, because how do I? Oh, there you go. No, there we go. I'm trying to figure out how to zoom in. Took me a minute there. There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a line here. You can see that we had, of course, dropped down like this. Let's get rid of that ugly blue. You can't see it. There you go. And then this was right in the middle of the week. I mean, how crazy, right? With the inflation data, and then we floated through it. We kind of held steady. We didn't panic, and I'm glad that we didn't, because as we worked our way through, we bounced back up on the week. As you can see right here, let me see. One of these I was able to turn into an arrow last time. How did I turn it into an arrow? Let's see, not a cross. Let's do an arrow. There we are. All right. So you can see here, we had a big drop down. This is bad for pricing, bad for rate sheets. We had a nice pop up and ended the week actually not too bad, not too shabby. We were at 6.96, broke below 6% on Mortgage News Daily, using Optimal Blue and looking at where they've kind of put things. Let's bounce this back around here. You can see that we've been in a downward trend, and then it kind of ticked back up with Wednesday and the inflation data, and then dropped back down significantly. Not quite to the lows of the previous week, but very close to them. 7.85, 7.94. We were at 6.81. So, but according to Mortgage News Daily, it actually was, very much right there, actually even a little bit better. So, depending on what rate sheet you're looking at or what loans were locked, these were, kind of what we saw as far as where things went. Coming off of that, though, if you take a look here, you can see we were flat on the day on Friday. Monday, of course, closed for the holiday. Today, rate sheet's pulling back just a bit. You see here we are down a little bit below. Pricing came out here right around 100.85. This morning, we're at 100.71. So we're down a few basis points. Not enough to get worried, but about those full 12. Also, take a look at this 10-year Treasury yield. I'm going to have to refresh the screen. Hold on a second. Let me refresh this. But take a look at the 10-year Treasury yield. No, we don't want the economic calendar. We can get rid of that for now. Come on. Are you? It won't. Hold on. It won't scroll. Let me refresh it one more time. Okay. So taking a look here at the 10-year Treasury yield, we had dipped back below the 50-day moving average, this red line. And then you could see this morning we're testing it. So the 50-day moving average, 4.53, basically. We ended on Friday, 4.48. Which was nice here. And you can see we broke above it with the inflation data. The 10-year Treasury yield jumped and then came back down below the 50-day moving average. Now, it spent a lot of time above that 50-day moving average, but right now it's kind of holding below. So we'll see that this is acting as a technical support level. What's currently driving things up is what's going on in Europe, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So reprice risk on the day is low. It's unlikely that we have much to worry about today. There's really no big economic data. The only stuff you really have going on, we got the FOMC meeting minutes, but I don't think that's going to shake anything up. There's not a lot going on. So, but when we take a look here, let me move this over. Basically, we're down a little bit. A lot has to do with what's going on over in Europe. Again, I know that this can be very touchy subjects for some people. I don't know, not for me, but if you're easily triggered, here's your trigger warning. But other than that, basically what's going on is there's a lot of movement. You've got a lot of things going on outside of the world, outside of the U.S. The fact that the U.S., specifically Trump and Trump's administration, looking to negotiate directly with Russia during Biden's time, one of the caveats was they wouldn't do any negotiating without Ukraine being at the actual table. This administration doesn't feel limited to that and is looking to resolve the area over there, and also to remove a lot of the support. America, the U.S., as much as it's funny, we have like some kind of a situation where other countries love to piss on us and bitch about us and say things about us, but then everybody depends on us, and that's a big thing in Europe. And a lot of the European defense stuff is based on the strength of the United States military, and the U.S. is saying, "Hey, we're not gonna be the big hero this time around. We're pulling out," and so that's starting to come across. And now what we're seeing is concern in Europe about Europe's defenses and ability to defend Ukraine and all of that. And what's happening is it's pulling money in that market, in the European markets. Money is going into what I'll call war stocks. You're seeing bonds suffer. Part of the reason you'll see bonds suffer is in order to build up their military defense, they're going to have to borrow. So that's going to increase supply. When you increase supply, of course, that drives down the costs, and that's why you see that kind of reaction now. So bonds overseas taking a little bit of a hit, government bonds falling on the prospect of higher spending on the block. So you can see that's kind of right here, and that is what is actually going on overseas. And what that's done here, the spending concerns weighed on European bonds with German 10-year yields, the benchmark borrowing rate for the euro area touching the highest in more than 2 weeks. U.S. Treasuries trading resumed. 10-year yields rose 4.5 basis points. So you're seeing just U.S. What happens is our bond is going to track theirs a little bit because more money goes into our bond because it's a better play than what's going on over there. So you're just seeing some of that. It's really not a huge thing. There's not a lot of concern. This week is likely to be a pretty calm week. I don't think we're going to see rates move much. You got some Fed members, Waller, talking about that, eventually we'll need to go ahead and start cutting rates again. Waller's a big dove. You've got a lot of other Fed members that are saying that that's not going to happen. So let's see. Let's find Waller's name in this article. There's Waller and there's Waller. So attention's refocusing on the Federal Reserve's interest rate path, with Governor Waller saying recent economic data supports keeping rates on hold until more progress is seen on inflation. And that's actually a big thing because he is very, very dovish. His comments help the dollar advance. But even when he says that, even when they make it sound like he is saying that, he said that, rate cuts would pause, but that inflation should move lower. And he made a allusion to the previous year, what happened in 2024. The winter was not really great for inflation. Things got slightly worse. And then inflation improved heading into the summer and into the fall. And we saw rate cuts and a big September Fed rate cut and that kind of a thing. I don't know that we'll see that this time, but and it doesn't really take into effect all of the different scenarios and different circumstances that we have now. But we'll see kind of where things go for there. So Ron said Ukraine is saying they will not abide by any ceasefire if they're not part of the negotiations. I wonder if they'll change their mind when they find the piggy bank might go away. Yeah, I'm with you, Ron. I don't want to get too deep into this conversation. I really don't want to get into the politics of it, but this will have like small effects on the markets and just ripple effects on mortgage rates here, but really not much of an effect. Anyone wants to chat about it, we can chat about it. DM me, hit me up in Messenger. But as far as the things here, exactly, I don't. But if we do see, will that if we do see a ceasefire, if we see a negotiation or something, will that help mortgage rates here? Not really. It's not going to help us or hurt us that much. What we do want to see is what the PCE number comes in at, which is expected to go up a little bit. Will it go up as high as the consumer price index, the CPI that we got last week? That's the question, and we'll see that as we get a little closer. So Waller called the figures last week mildly disappointing, but emphasized forecasts for the Fed favorite gauge of inflation were less alarming because they use different variables and how much the different things have an effect on the overall numbers. So anyway, my friends, that's where we're at this week. Good morning, Randy Tico, Giddy Up, Sir Mike Schmogan, Derek Weibel, and Derek Bobadilla. 2 Dereks in a row. Good to see you, my Dereks. Otherwise, if we take a look here, the advice kind of remains exactly as it has been, right? Cautiously float, see how the day goes. We're not likely to see rates move that much. We're kind of majoring in the minors right now. You're going to see the rate sheets vacillate day to day, and you just got to grab them and go. You're looking at loans that are closer to closing that are going to have the most risk and be a little bit quicker to lock with. Loans that have time can hold things back. There's not a lot of concern right now that rates are creeping higher. And with that in mind, why not? Why not keep that door open as long as we don't have a lot of risk to it? So Ron said the only reason it affects the mortgage world is the effect on U.S. debt. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, my friends. I am so glad to see you. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, long holiday weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. I got to get the written lock advice done, and I got an appointment this morning, so I got to get going. Thank you, Mr. Hull. Appreciate you. Boom, double D's in the house. Derek Bobadilla, you're making me laugh, my friend. So, all right, y'all. Let me click over to this. I know I looked sideways. You can see my profile. So, all right, have a great one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.